This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT8 2008. I think what makes it so good is the price. For an M-powered X5 or a Porsche Cayenne Turbo, you must at least pay twice the price. And all you get for that money is simply an exotic badge. While this Jeep can still compete with both BMW and Porsche. Isn't that amazing? So, if you're not convinced yet, just listen to what I have to say next. So we know it's an SRT8, which means it features a massive engine, 6.1 liters Hemi, and 5-speed transmission, and 4x4, and some technology that makes everything work well together. So much so that this truck can actually go through corners very fast without ever rolling over. So this is kind of a sports car. But this is not all. It's also a muscle car. A muscle car that is all new and sorted out for you. You get everything you desire from a muscle car without having to deal with making the engine work, or sorting the wires out, or finding the right piece for your old car. So it's kind of a dream car, isn't it? So let's take a closer look at this car, especially in white with black rims. That car is looking very good. But I do admit the design is in overall not that exciting. For example, the front design is simple with that famous Jeep signature. You see those 7 bars on the front of the radiator grille. The only way I can think of describing the left and the right side design is that it's a clean design. The doors are well shaped and cut, which makes the car look fresh. And finally, the first thing we notice with the rear design is this very famous 45-degree angle window on the trunk, which was first introduced with the first generation BMW X5. Those two mufflers in the middle, those are very good over there. I love that feature in the design. But it's a shame that in the newer version, the 2015 SRT8, those mufflers are not in the middle anymore. Anyway, so this is an SRT8. Not as beautiful as we would expect, but I think just knowing what is under the bonnet the heart of that truck, makes up for any default you can think of on a design. So a big heavy engine, a heavy transmission, heavy duty everything. Every mechanical part is heavy duty. They must be heavy duty with such a powerful engine. So just knowing that everything on my car is heavy duty gives me confidence in this car. So what is so heavy about that engine? Well, it got 425 horsepower and 425 torque. I just can't get my head around that engine. Just knowing that there's such a big block of steel in the front of the car gives you that feeling that I don't care whatever car is around me or anywhere, whether it's a Cayenne Turbo or a Ferrari F360, I just feel content with an SRT8. Yes, so that's it. You actually feel content with that engine in such a car. I know I heard of some people putting some easy mods and bringing the power up to 600 horsepower, but seriously, they must be used to driving Ferraris all the time. Otherwise, especially with the sound it's making, I don't feel I need more than this. Alright, I think it's time we talk about the elephant in the room. Right, the fuel consumption. There is nothing efficient in there. It drinks as much as it's powerful. Imagine emptying a 2-liter bottle of water on the ground. So, yes, it drinks fuel as fast as that bottle spells out its water. At least it sounds good while doing so. Still, if you compare the efficiency of such a car with a, a real old muscle car, then yes, it's more efficient, it works, everything is sorted out. So it is a good alternative to an old muscle car, that's for sure. Of course, this car is equipped with a sunroof, so let's take advantage of that. First thing we notice inside is those massive bucket seats up front, and just looking at them makes me think of going fast through corners. Since it's a Jeep, you know, a big truck or an SUV, you would expect a big interior as well. But in this case, it's different. Don't get me wrong, it is spacious, but not as much as we would expect by looking at it from outside. At least, there is a lot of hiding places to hide stuff. There is a DVD player, all mean seats are heated, everything is electric, sunroof. The dashboard is all plastic, which is also a cheap plastic, but because it's in a beautiful color, this is a hard black. You only notice how cheap it is when you actually touch it. It is a black interior as standard, and I don't think it came with any other color for the interior. And the seats are covered with, as you can see, that two-tone texture, which is half leather and half something else. So, since the beginning of this video, we covered that this car, this Jeep SRT8, is a sports car, is a muscle car, but now we actually are finding out that it's also a family car. Is that even possible? With all this technology inside, there's a DVD, there's touch screen, there is heated seats all around. And there is also one more thing. There is actually a way to turn this car into a cargo van. That's right, just take a look. It's good to have this kind of a two-level trunk where you either open the upper window or the complete trunk. But in this case, this window access is a bit too high. Where's the spare tire? See how I told you that it's a sports car? There's not even a spare tire. I guess it's to save on weight. So one thing that we can be sure, it's that this car was never meant to go off-roading. So we covered it's a sports car, a muscle car, a family car, even a cargo van, but not an off-roader, while it's a Jeep. Well, I haven't tried to go off-roading, and I know it's a 4x4, but it doesn't look like it was made to go off-roading since they didn't even think of fitting a spare tire. It truly goes to show that nothing is perfect. This is a car, but it's the same in life. Everything in life, even life, is not perfect and cannot be perfect. If it was, it would be called paradise. So, back to the car. It's not perfect. It's a Jeep that does not go off-roading. I mean, you can surely try, but it does not seem like it was ever meant for that. So, this is a SRT8. Everything from the wheels and tires and the spare tires and the technology that was put in it was meant to make it a sports car and not an off-roader. But it's still a genuine muscle car that you can use for family and for work. You only have to compromise for, again, off-roading, which could be a big, big, big compromise since it's a Jeep. Still, if you have to go through winter, it's a good winter car. Still got 4x4. You put some good winter tires on it and you're good. So this is a Jeep SRT8. That was my review, and thanks for watching.